on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Washington Commanders are one step closer to a change in ownership for a sale price that would be the highest in NFL history. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reporting that current owner Dan Snyder and a group led by 76ers owner Josh Harris have reached an agreement on a sale of the franchise for $6.05 billion. Rappaport also adding that no agreement has been sent to the league for approval. Ravens wideout Odell Beckham Jr. was introduced to the media Thursday and is hopeful that he'll be teammates with Lamar Jackson. However, OBJ was given no assurances from Lamar that he will play in Baltimore this season. And 17 prospects will be attending the NFL Draft later this month in Kansas City. The list includes the top 4 quarterbacks: Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, and Will Levis. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Only 1 week left to file your taxes. But don't worry, Jackson Hewitt is racking up the assists. We guarantee your biggest tax refund and guarantee the accuracy of your return for life. So make a fast break to Jackson Hewitt. Our tax pros will get you filed or get you an extension before the deadline. Beat the clock and the crowds. Come in and file today. When every dollar matters, it matters who does your taxes.
If you're 19 or older with certain underlying medical conditions such as asthma or diabetes, you can get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're 65 or older, it is also recommended you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. No matter the season, talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. A message from the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
Furnished by the American Lung Association.
We are the Imperial Valleys, AM 1230 KXO, El Centro, California. Friday, finally, it's the 14th day of April, 2023. And I'm Carroll in the newsroom. It's Gene. Gene was looking for an apple for Mr. Ed. I think he found one, and Mr. Ed is now happy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't take much, does it?
No, not just an apple.
Yeah, be careful, Val. If you feed an apple to a horse, they're liable to bite you, and that hurts.
They're just looking for more.
I
think for more apples.
Yeah, I have pointed out before, I'm not overly fond of horses, and part of it has to do with when I was about 6 or 7. I got bit by a Shetland pony.
Well, there was the first problem right there.
Yeah,
and Shetland pony.
Little did I know at the time, or most people are aware, but Shetland ponies are among the meanest animals on earth.
Well, they're certainly the meanest of horses, that's for sure.
Okay, well, they look so cute.
Yeah, you can take them home with you.
Yes.
I'll wait to see how that potty training goes.
Oh, well. Anyway, from that point on, and living in a big city, didn't really get around a horse very much.
Well, that's true. That's
okay.
True. Were you sad today? Today, the last running of the Phantom of the Opera, 35 years? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I wonder what the cast is going to do. I would imagine there is no one original member of the cast.
I would be very surprised
at
that length of time that it ran. And but what a run.
Yeah.
World record.
Well, it will be on the road forever.
Forever and ever, yeah. If you want to, there's an altered, not to sound negative, but it to fit it in a time slot, and you can probably still see it in Las Vegas. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or you see things in Las Vegas. That might be even more true.
Well, those that are wearing clothes, they will be sequined, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Very large sequins.
Yeah, things are different there. We all know that, don't we?
Mm-hmm, yes. What stays in Las Vegas? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, are you ready for birthdays?
Birthdays, we have some.
Okay, one of my favorite actors from the 60s into the 70s, actor Julie Christie is 83. Guitarist Richie Blakemore, 78. Actor John Shea is 75. Actor Peter Capaldi is 65. Actor Brad Garrett, everybody loves Raymond, is 63. Actor Robert Carlyle, 62. Actor Anthony Michael Hall, 55. Actor Adrian Brody, 50. Actor Antoine Tanner is 48. Actor Sarah Michelle Gellar, 46. Actor Rob McElhaney is 46. Actor Graham Phillips is 30. Actor Vivian Cardone, 30. Actor Skylar Samuels, 29. Actor Abigail Breslin is 27. And we do have some local birthdays coming up. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We'll get to them in a minute.
Agriculture arson is on the rise in Imperial County. Haystack fires destroy private property and negatively impact our region's economy, including jobs. You can make a difference by reporting suspicious activity. Cash rewards are available for information leading to an arrest and conviction. To provide a tip, call the Imperial County Sheriff's Department at 442-265-2021. That's 442-265-2021. Burn a bail, go to jail. It's as simple as that.
Happy birthday wishes going out today to John Parra, Alejandra Larios, Sarah Palacios, Tim Rogers, Juanita Diaz, Dan Levy, Anita Briseño, Manuel Soto, Mia Collins, David De La Garza, Anna Dallawal, and Abby Rose Adrian. Happy birthday from KXO.
Well, I hope John Parra heard that greeting this morning.
Well, happy birthday, John. And happy birthday, Abby Rose. That's Tracy's granddaughter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. When you say that, it rolls off the tongue sometime like Abbey Rhodes.
Yes.
No, Rose.
Yeah, okay. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I interviewed former Imperial Valley Press sports editor Lee Elder about his book on Coach George Allen. Yes. And I left you a copy of the book.
Yes.
And I think you will enjoy it. It'll bring back a lot of memories. And I just finished the first book that Lee wrote. And it's That Bloody Hill, the Battle of Chickamauga during the Civil War.
Excuse you. Okay. Yeah. Not Chickamauga.
No, Chickamauga.
Chickamauga.
Named after a river, creek that ran through there. That's where the battle was. Sure. And very, very interesting, very detailed, and I thoroughly enjoy. I found out not too long ago, my great-great-grandfather on my mother's side was drafted into the 102nd Pennsylvania Volunteers during the Civil War.
Now, wait a minute. How could you be drafted but be a volunteer?
Hey, we're dealing with the government here, right?
Yeah, I want to figure that one out.
Okay. Anyway, he got drafted like in March of 1865, which means the war ended in April, right? Mm-hmm. And he, the 102nd Pennsylvania was at Appomattox at the surrender. I don't know whether he personally was there.
Well, and I'd say call him up, but I don't think that'll work.
I remember my great-grandfather vividly. My great-great-grandfather, no. So, anyway, I just found it very interesting. Connect dots on occasion.
Yeah, very true.
We've got some news. If you're ready,
we do.
Look at World and California news headlines right now, brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News brief. A judge has just ordered accused classified document leaker Jack Teixeira to stay in jail. Correspondent Catherine Herridge with former Defense Secretary Mark Esper.
You can't think of a good reason for a 21-year-old to have access to this information.
No, I cannot think of a compelling reason, and I assume Secretary Austin and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs Milley are probably asking those same questions.
The Biden administration drug maker Danco have asked the U.S. Supreme Court to reject lower court restrictions on the availability of Danco's abortion pill. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
If the 9 justices don't weigh in by the end of the day today, those restrictions will start to go into effect across the country tomorrow.
Llano County, Texas libraries will stay open during a court battle over the appropriateness of certain books. Former librarian Suzette Baker.
Keep the libraries open. Keep the information available to all equally.
CBS News Brief, I'm Peter King.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news just over a week after tech entrepreneur Bob Lee was stabbed to death on a San Francisco street. Law enforcement officials announced an arrest.
Homicide investigators developed information that identified the suspect as 38-year-old Nima Momeni of Emeryville, California.
Police Chief Bill Scott, Momeni, a tech entrepreneur himself and ran his own company based out of Emeryville. He and Lee apparently knew each other, prompting officials to scold those who pointed to the crime as further evidence of worsening violence in the city, including Elon Musk. The state's high-speed rail project under more scrutiny with a new call for Governor Newsom to end its funding.
It's ballooned to $128 billion, which is, nowhere near what was promised to voters in 2008. I think many voters would like a chance to get a redo on that vote at this point.
Assemblyman Josh Hoover says billions are being spent, but only a small portion has been built in his district in the Central Valley. Another milestone for the preceding drought. More than 90% of the state is no longer dry. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
Guys, fellas, men, are you Roman ready for the weekend? Right now, generic Viagra, aka Sildenafil, is just $4 per dose at Roman. Just complete a free online visit with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional. If medication is appropriate, Roman sends what you need in discreet packaging with 2-day shipping. Generic Viagra from $4 at Roman. Go to ro.co/bed. Do it today and get 20% off your entire first order. That's ro.co/bed.
And it's page one of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the valley. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Taking a look at the latest in local news on a Friday morning. Big drop in COVID cases. New COVID update is available. Here's George Gale with the story.
It was released Thursday morning by the County Public Health Department. Health Department has also updated their website. According to the latest numbers released, there are now 209 active COVID-19 cases in the Imperial County. That's down from the 264 cases reported on Tuesday. Fatalities attributed to the virus remain at 978. The state COVID-19 tier metrics for Imperial County remain at 10.60 new cases per day per 100,000 population, with a positivity rate of 10.9%. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
SCAG is scheduled to hold 2 workshops in El Centro. They will be held April 18th and 19th. They'll be discussed at the El Centro Library on North Imperial Avenue. The April 18th workshop will be held from 4 to 6 p.m. On April 19th, the workshop will be held from noon, or from 10 a till noon. The Southern California Association of Governments, or SCAG, housing needs, it represents the workshops of the transportation, the housing needs of regional developments, and meeting future demands. The workshops are part of SCAG's 4-year update to their visionary plan for the future of the region, or Connect SoCal, and SCAG's process to develop Connect Southern California. KXO News Time 7:43.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Centro Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
Continuing with more local news, El Centro's turn now is to clean up this weekend. George Gale filed this story.
It will be tomorrow at 599 East Main Street in El Centro. IBRMA will be available at the event. There will be free drop-off from 8 a.m. until 12 noon for El Centro residents only. You must show proof of residency, utility bill, or driver's license. Among the items being accepted will be computers, monitors, TVs, passenger tires, light truck tires. Rims will also be accepted. If you need more information, go to IBRMA.org. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Well, you can meet the Salton Sea Management Program team. They will be holding a community workshop on April the 20th. The team will discuss an overview of the recently released 2023 annual report, and participants will learn about projects underway and current planning efforts for future Salton Sea projects. It will be an opportunity to meet with members of the Salton Sea team and the community outreach. Questions will be encouraged. The workshop will be held at the Torres Martinez Desert Guajira Indians Gym, located at 67725 Martinez Road in Thermal. The workshop will also be available via Zoom, teleconference, or webinar. Go to the County of Imperial Facebook page for more information. That concludes this edition of Local News. However, coming up, page 2.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. You'll find one at El Centro Motors, another at the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 in Julia Drive, and another one at the Imperial Valley Mall.
It's tax season, and Barone Enterprises Services is here to help you get things done right. They'll make sure your income taxes are done properly with top quality, courteous, professional service. And employers, did you know there's some tax rebates you might not have heard about that'll save you money? Barone's has decades of experience with setting up corporations or partnerships and assisting businesses with QuickBooks and bookkeeping solutions. To set up an appointment, call Barone Enterprises Services or stop by their office at 404 East 2nd Street in Calexico. Barone Enterprises Services.
Page 2 of the local news, served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food. They specialize in sushi rolls with 50 different varieties of sushi rolls. That's one for every state.
Continuing with more local news, the Imperial Police Department has had a busy week. Imperial PD officers arrested an El Centro man for first-degree robbery. On March 17th, there was an altercation on the 400 block of D Street in the city of Imperial. During the altercation, it is alleged that a 40-year-old Cesar Arvalios assaulted a man and then took miscellaneous tools from him. Arvalos was arrested by Imperial Police and booked into Imperial County Jail. On April 11th, a traffic stop was made on a driver for excessive speed. During the traffic stop, an Imperial Police canine alerted to the passenger side of the vehicle. A woman passenger, 32-year-old Selena Valenzuela of Imperial, was arrested for an outstanding warrant. Valenzuela was also found to be in possession of approximately 11 grams of fentanyl. She was booked into Imperial County Jail for an outstanding warrant, as well as charges of possession of narcotics. Well, you can spring dive in to the movie. It's coming up this weekend. George Gale has more.
It is tomorrow, Saturday. The event is being hosted by the El Centro Aquatic Center. It'll be held Saturday from 6 to 10 p.m. Entrance is free with vendors on site selling various products. The movie, Sing 2, starts at 7:30 p.m. If you need more information, contact the Aquatic Center or the El Centro Recreation Department. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And a career expo at IBC coming up next week. Here's more on that story.
It is being held April 20th. Imperial Valley College is hosting the Career Education Expo 2023. It is an opportunity to learn about services available on the IBC campus and IBC career education pathways. Attendees will be able to discuss career and employment opportunities with local agencies. There will be a fire science, nursing, and K-9 demonstrations. The expo will be held on the campus of Imperial Valley College on 8th Road from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. Thursday, April 20th. If you need more information, contact the IBC Career Services Center. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
K Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates sushi rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous sake bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingan. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at K Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at ksushibarandgrill.com.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says cooler conditions and lighter winds today with below normal high temperatures. High temperatures then warm back above normal by Sunday and Monday as high pressure passes through the region. It will be very dry with light winds this weekend through early next week as well. A trough along the west coast, developing early to middle next week, is expected to bring temperatures back to near normal with some breezier conditions. Dry conditions will prevail with no chance of rain. Sunny today with a high near 81, west wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, becoming north-northwest this afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low around 55, west wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming southeast after midnight. Those winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Saturday will be sunny with a high near 86, east-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, then becoming northwest. Sunny on Sunday with a high near 92, west wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming east. 56 degrees, 51% relative humidity, wind out of the west 7 to 10, gusting up to 15 miles an hour. Local news, page 2, served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials. The dinner menu features 16 different entrees. K Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
What do you get when you combine a round of golf with a strike or two with the excitement of playing the slots? What do you get? All the fun under the sun. And that's what you'll find and more at Kokopah Casino and Resort, South Highway 95 in Somerton, kokopahresort.com. Win your share of $100,000 during Kokopah's Lucky Charms Giveaway Lottery, Fridays and Saturdays between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., March through May. See the Rewards Club for details.
It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA play-in action, and not the playoffs yet, play-in, the Bulls and the Heat, followed by the Thunder and the Timberwolves. Speaking of the Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert rejoined the Timberwolves yesterday after a team-imposed suspension, but lingering back trouble has compromised his status for tonight's game. Playoffs do begin tomorrow. The Nets and the 76ers. It'll be the Hawks and the Celtics, the Knicks and the Cavaliers, and the Warriors and the Kings. Yeah. They're going to play forever. Yeah. KXO Sports Time is 7:53.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
After going unbeaten against 4 teams with losing records, the Tampa Bay Rays are headed to Toronto to try setting Major League Baseball's record for consecutive wins at a season start. Yeah, the Rays, 13-0. They take on Toronto. Let's see what happens. Elsewhere around Major League Baseball, the Brewers slipped by the Padres 4-3. Orioles edged the Athletics 8-7. Rays ripped the Red Sox 9-3. Reds over the Phillies 6-2. Twins toppled the Yankees 11-2. Tigers won. They beat the Blue Jays 3-1. Interesting. Shortstop Javier Baez was removed from the game after a base-running boo-boo. Tiger manager A.J. Hinch removed Baez in the third. Hey, I know they're professional baseball players. Embarrass them when they do stupid things. Yeah, like, well, I didn't know how many outs there were. Okay. Yes, you were not disrespected. He's the manager. Anyway, elsewhere, it was the Pirates shutting out the Cardinals 5-0. And Washington Commanders owner Dan and Tanya Snyder have reached a preliminary non-exclusive agreement to sell the NFL franchise to a group led by Josh Harris. Harris also co-owns teams in the NBA and the NHL. The sale price? Yeah, let's reward Dan Snyder with $6.05 billion. Yes. That's it for sports. Sports brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Spending at U.S. retailers fell in March as consumers pulled back after the banking crisis fueled recession fears. Retail sales, which are adjusted for seasonality but not for inflation, fell by 1% in March from the prior month. The Commerce Department reported today that was steeper than an expected 0.4% decline, according to Refinitiv, and above the revised 0.2% decline in the prior month. The drop was driven by a pullback in spending at department stores and on durable goods, such as appliances and furniture. Spending at general merchandise stores fell 3% in March from the prior month. Spending at gas stations declined 5.5%. And J.P. Morgan Chase has reported first quarter profit and revenue that roundly beat expectations. The New York-based bank posted a profit of $12.6 billion, or $4.10 per share. That's up from $8.3 billion, or $2.63 a share from the same period a year earlier. With $3.67 trillion in assets, J.P. Morgan Chase is the largest bank in the U.S., and a bellwether for the U.S. economy. Deposits rose to $2.38 trillion during the first quarter. That comes after last month's banking meltdown triggered a rush into big banks from nervous customers. Investors also look to money market funds as a haven. Taking a look at the big board right now, the Dow off 180 points at 33,849. The S&P 500 off 13 at 4,134. The NASDAQ down 65 points at 12,101. Meanwhile, gold is off $37.40 an ounce. You want to buy an ounce? $2,017.90 right now. You got it. And oil is up 20 cents per barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
The high in the valley yesterday, 76 degrees. The overnight low, 54. Wind gusts peaked at 31 miles an hour. Today will be sunny with a high near 81. West wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, becoming north-northwest in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low around 55. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming southeast after midnight. Those wind gusts could reach 20 miles an hour. Sunny on Saturday with a high near 86. East-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming northwest in the afternoon. And right now, 57 degrees, 50% relative humidity, wind out of the west, 7 to 10 miles an hour. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, and you'll find them at the corner of 4th and Heil in the city of El Centro. CBS News is coming up.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The Biden administration and an abortion pill manufacturer have just asked the Supreme Court to preserve access to a commonly used pregnancy termination medication. Stacey Lynn has our top story.
The Justice Department and the maker of mifepristone, Danco Laboratories, have asked the Supreme Court to intervene and put on hold the lower court's ruling. The High Court could override the FDA's decision-making if it doesn't turn back that ruling, limiting the use of the most commonly used abortion drug in the country. If we don't hear from the justices today, the new restrictions, which include blocking mail delivery, shrinking the window women have to take the drug, and requiring in-person doctor visits, will go into effect tomorrow. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
The 21-year-old Air National Guardsman from Massachusetts, suspected of leaking hundreds of classified government documents, has just been arraigned at federal court in Boston. Jack Teixeira has been charged with retention and transmission of national defense information and willful retention of classified documents. Correspondent Catherine Herridge.
She's accused of leaking hundreds of pages of classified military documents and CIA updates, including on the war in Ukraine, some revealing how the U.S. gathers intelligence on both allies and adversaries.
A federal judge has ordered Teixeira to remain in jail at least until his next court appearance Wednesday. Flights are finally getting off the ground again at Fort Lauderdale Airport. Operation shut down Wednesday after massive rain triggered once in 1,000-year flooding. WFOR TV's Nicole Lauren is at the airport.
Here inside the terminal, you can see tons of people here this morning getting their bags checked and then walking through TSA. The airport is truly stressing to contact your air carrier before you arrive at the airport. Tons of people were telling me that they were getting notifications sent to them to their phone about the cancellations and further delays.
The family of a mentally ill man in Georgia is demanding an investigation after he died at the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta. Their attorney, Michael Harper.
There is no excuse for a mentally ill inmate
to be left alone in a jail, abandoned to die.
LaShawn Thompson had been arrested for misdemeanor battery. Photos show his body full of sores, believed to be from bed bugs and insects. Rural Llano County, Texas, will not shut down its public libraries after all. Local officials considered closing after a federal judge ordered them to return banned books. Llano County Judge Ron Cunningham.
The library will remain open. We will try this in the courts, not through social media or through news media.
Banned books included one about passing gas, another by trans reality star Jazz Jennings. This is CBS News.
Streamline how you hire with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Every piece of land has a story. Some write theirs behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor, like the Upshaws.
This is my tractor Penny. It's all about attention to detail.
But the Nelsons love cruising around their expansive Montana ranch in their John Deere Gator UV.
We've been here since 1868.
While the Caggianos drive a John Deere zero-turn mower to keep their Long Island breweries looking sharp.
Don't call me, don't bother me. I'm going out to mow for a couple hours.
Run with us and start telling your story. Learn more at johndeere.com/radio.
Only 1 week left to file your taxes. But don't worry, Jackson Hewitt is racking up the assists. We guarantee your biggest tax refund and guarantee the accuracy of your return for life. So make a fast break to Jackson Hewitt. Our tax pros will get you filed or get you an extension before the deadline. Beat the clock and the crowds. Come in and file today. When every dollar matters, it matters who does your taxes.
Someone in Philadelphia is weighted down with a lot of change right now.
Investigators are trying to figure out how the thieves carted away about $1 million, or about $100,000 worth, that had just come from the Philadelphia Mint. These people are wondering, too.
That, honestly, is just really, really shocking to me, especially with all of the cameras that they have around and all of the security that they have.
They'll steal anything nowadays. It's crazy. Nothing's safe.
The thieves left a bunch of the change piled up in the parking lot where they found the truck. The next question, of course, is, how do you get rid of $1 million? It's not as if you can use them for phone calls anymore. Peter King, CBS News.
The European Space Agency has begun a juicy 8-year journey to explore Jupiter. JUICE stands for Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer, the spacecraft that launched from French Guiana this morning toward 3 of the planet's largest moons. Its mission, to map their surfaces and search for subsurface oceans that could harbor life. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
3.7. Okay, don't call. 3.7. Yeah, at 7:57 this morning. Okay, I know. I didn't feel it. I know you did.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Hey, this is fun, isn't it?
With Carroll Buckley.
Good God. Is this some kind of joke? Ha ha, that's funny.
12:30.